leaks on the block, work of art, Basquiat. Put the hop turnstiles in a moment.
Hiya, welcome back to the channel. So here we have a K4 GSXR 750, and well, this is actually applicable for a lot of Suzukis. This has got an oil leak, and the oil leak is on this seal. This is the seal for the clutch, Pushrod, and it is round here. Yes. So it is located behind that, and as you can see, this has already been modified, which I did last week. And I wasn't going to make a video of it, that's why I've not filmed any of the actual doing it, but I thought it might be interesting because on Suzukis, and a lot of Suzukis like this one, to change that seal, the right way to do it, you have to split the crank casing. So anyway, this one had some oil leaks. One of them was from that seal, and the other one was from where it was leaking, where it was cracked, which I've welded up. Anyway, I'm going to make a video because it's still leaking, and the reason is because when this came into me, this had another seal on top of that seal, bodged on top of it, and then this is the push rod that was in it, and that isn't a standard push rod. And I think someone had made that because the seal that was on top of it was a bigger seal. So anyway, I've got another push rod the right size, which I need to put in, but I'm also going to have to put a new seal in because that push rod has fucked that seal up. Right, so anyway, let's get on with it, and I'll explain what I've done to change that seal and what the process is as I do it. First, I need to take this water pump off, and I think some oil will come out when I take that water pump off. And so I'll just remove these two 8mm bolts here, and then with this taken out, we can pull this off, and it should just pull out like that. And as we can see, some oil will fall out. We'll have to top that up afterwards. But now we can get to what we need to get at. And so I need to take these little screws out, which there are 3 of, as you can see. Yes. And now with all that removed, we can see the seal, and we can see this is the plate that I fabricated. As you can see, it's perfectly fabricated to fit over the top of the seal, and it is the exact same thickness as the lip what I removed, or roughly, close enough. Anyway, we can also see the damage to the actual seal, which has been done by this being the wrong size. So like I said, when this comes to me at first, I mean this isn't the correct way of doing this, but it's a way of doing this that avoids splitting the crank casings. To do this the proper way would write off most bikes at this age. Anyway, like I said, when this come to me, it had a lump of chemical metal on there which was leaking oil, and it had this seal, the original seal behind it, that was smashed to fuck. But you couldn't see that because it had another seal on top of it. If I've got a picture of it, I'll put it in, but I can't remember if I've got a picture of it or not. But it had another picture on the outside, but the seal on the outside was obviously a bigger internal diameter, which is why they've made this so it's sealed on it, which is also leaking oil. It was just sort of stuck on the front with sticks like shit or something like that. Anyway, what I've done is I'll pull this seal out so we can see. Let's see if this seal will come out nice and easily. Yes. So behind there now, normally this bit here, there is a lip. So this seal, you can't see the whole seal. I mean, if you're doing this job, you'll have seen this already, but you can't see the full seal because there's a lip all the way around this, and this has to be pushed in from the inside. It has to go in from the inside and be pushed this way against the lip. So if you can see very closely there, and I don't know if that's any better, but you can see that I have taken a die grinder to the lip, and I've taken the lip off, so there's no lip anymore. I've done it identifying as a CNC machine, and then what I've done is I've taken the lip off and pushed the seal in. What I've also done, because obviously that lip is holding the seal in, if there's any pressure behind it, crankcase pressure, it's going to try and push the seal outwards, which I'm going to try and avoid that happening. So what I did is I've drilled 3 little you can't really see it that well, but there's one of them. You've seen it had screws in before anyway. They're M3, and they're only about 5mm deep. because I didn't want to drill into anything behind it if there is anything behind it that was going to leak oil out of it. So they're about 5mm deep, something like that. So I drilled them out and then I put the plate on. So let's reassemble it in the manner that I have designed this to be reassembled. And so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take a rag and I'm just going to put that in that hole to stop anything falling into that hole in case I drop anything. And so I can leave that and just leave a rag inside the engine if I forget about it. And then this shouldn't really be needed, but I'm just going to put a bit of sealant around that seal. And now I need to put it into this hole. And then I'm going to use my adapter that I made to push it in, because it's hard to get the seal to go in straight because you're not pushing it against anything. So I need to use this. And then obviously we put the M3 little bolts to retain this bit. So now what we're left with is we have got this replacing the seal, which was originally part of the aluminium casting, and then the seal inside is basically butted up against the back of this. So hopefully that'll be happy, and I just need to rebuild it, which I'll start by removing that rag and then putting this water pump. Now when you put this back in, you need to make sure that that fork is lined up to the bit behind it, but obviously I've not turned the engine or moved any of that, so that should still be lined up and it falls in like that. Not forgetting to bolt it back into place. And of course this is a replacement pushrod, which just nice and lovingly, oh yeah, oh yeah. You can lube it up first, but that pushes into there. And of course I need to refit this onto there, which means I need to take this off of there, put this back on, which if you've got this far you've already managed to do that anyway. And there we are, back together. Now obviously I had to readjust the clutch because the new pushrod was never going to be exactly the same size. It needs topping up with oil, and there's a bit of oil down there which fell out when I took the water pump off, but hopefully that shouldn't be leaking anymore. I wasn't going to make a video of this. This is a job that I did. I say a job, it's a bit of a, it's a bodge, but it's a good bodge that I did. And it wasn't something I was going to film until I looked up and realised that it's actually a really common fault, or a really common thing that people have to fuck about with the seal on the pushrod for the clutch on these, and you've got to split the crank casings. And there's not just this bike, I mean Suzuki SVs, there's all sorts of bikes. Suzuki's, which this applies to, which you can do the same shape with. So yeah, like I say, all I did is I diagrammed the lip off around the seal and then made my own retaining piece, and then put 3 M3 bolts with washers to hold that in place. And hopefully that'll be all it needs. I've seen loads of videos of people sticking them on the outside, all sorts of crap, which I really wasn't happy with. You know, I wouldn't have been happy with doing that. And this has been running for a while now, and we've not got any oil dripping out of it, so I'd say that it is actually working. So yeah, it's a bodge, but hopefully it's a good bodge. Anyway, like I said, it's not what I usually do, but if it helps someone, then it could be useful, couldn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all usual shit, and I'll see you next time.